So hello guys, Tetro here. So I haven't made a Path of Exile video for quite a while, and because simply I haven't been playing quite a bit of Path of Exile, so I just wanted to make this challenges guide video a short one, talk about more of those in-depth of those difficult challenges that are a bit more tricky to do, and there are some secret tips that will help a lot for those difficult challenges. I'm currently leveling a character, a COC assassin character that I'll try different variations with, like Low Life, Eternity Shroud, with Blade Blast and Blade 4, and also Ice Nova and whatever. New video for that build will be coming out once I fully level and get a character, but for now, enjoy the challenges, enjoy your 36 challenges wings, have a nice one, enjoy the video. So before I go a little bit more in depth to all those challenges, let's look at the list. I think this league Delirium is quite simple to get 36 challenges. Not super difficult. Like if you have a decent build, you can get 36 and you try and do all the content that the game offer. 36 should be no challenge, but there are some tricky ones that I'll talk a little bit more in depth. But before that, let's take a look. So you can see here I got 3 that I didn't do right. So end game grind, pretty fucking grindy, so as usual not gonna do that. If you're aiming for 40, then you probably want to do this, but no, fuck 40. And map bosses, right? This one is an interesting one, because if you have a very fast mapping build, for example you are playing Headhunter, mapping, Magic Find or whatever, right? This one is super easy, and if you just play the game a lot on its own, you are mapping a lot, then this one is also really easy to play, easy to get, right? So really depends. I think all these challenges are really dependent on your play style and how much you play. And this one as well, right? You can buy Azuri from other players, and getting it on your own is super RNG, so I also decided to leave it up, although I can buy it, but I don't plan to get 40. The other 37 that I've done are just simply easy ones to do, although some people might say leave to chance is quite difficult to do and they want you to skip it, but there's actually a method that I'll talk about later when I'm talking in depth of all those difficult challenges. There's actually a secret method that I really like to do with these challenges, and I think it works really well to get it. So as usual in all the challenges, for previous few leagues as well, they always have those simple ones, right? Complete egg bosses. They make sure that new players can get 12 and get 24 pretty easily just by playing the game and getting to somewhat the mapping stage of the game. So just there are a lot of simple ones that I don't think I will talk in depth in this video, because vanilla recipe and killing egg bosses, I don't think I need to tell you that, right? You can just play the game, you can search the recipe and they are there. So let's talk in depth of those difficult ones. So the first challenge that we're gonna talk about is Leave to Chance, basically requiring you to use our chance and getting magic / rare items and unique. Magic and rare should be no problem. The real problem with many is getting unique. Of course, using to treasure can get this easily, but just imagine using 9 Exiled Prophecy for this shit, right? And there's an easy method. Basically, I recommend chancing maps and jewels to get unique. They are probably the higher chance among the other items. So basically for maps, get all your white rarity maps that has a unique version of themselves, then spam chance on all of them. No need to scour because you have a lot of them, right? Similarly, chancing Crimson Jewel I believe is the easiest to get a unique jewel, because there's a lot of Crimson Jewels out there, like Wildfire and the other stuff as well. So next is Curious Corruption. I think for the most part it's pretty straightforward, but can be somewhat tricky for some players. So basically after mapping, just press Alt and pick up whatever shit you can find, then use Vow Alt on them and hope that you get what you want. You can also vow up your guild mates item in the guild stash if you have a guild. Pretty straightforward challenge, but can be tricky for some players. So next is the Betrayal Bench. So at first glance looks pretty simple, right? But it can be quite tricky to get members to where you want them to be. Best way is to look at the cheat sheet where you can find them on Reddit, and you can move them accordingly to the cheat sheet. Of course there are RNG to it, right, but it gets pretty easy once you are able to use the cheat sheet and move them to where you want them to be. So next is the max Delirium mod maps. So for Guardians and Elder, they are usually at T14 to T16, so you need a pretty decent build to kill bosses with max Delirium. Or simply just get someone to carry you on a 2-man content, right? And for Twin and the other one is the Awaken 8 maps with max Delirium. You can cheese them by using a low tier map, right? Low tier Twin map with max Delirium, as well as Awaken 8. Once you have all the watchstones, just wear a low tier map and max Delirium of it. Lastly is the Simulacrum Rampage. The others, like getting 100 wave or killing bosses, are pretty straightforward. Just play the Simulacrum, you can pretty much get it. Of course, you need a decent build to kill boss to get Rampage. I recommend equipping the Biscove Leash Q1 monster to get the Rampage, which will appear on your screen. Then change back to original build and continue killing monsters. I think after one wave you should be able to get the Rampage challenge, but if you couldn't get it in one wave, just try on the next wave. So this is a really short challenge guide video. I think some of them are quite tricky, but for the most part all of them are quite straightforward, right? You just need a decent build that can do content that the game offer, and you can pretty much get 36 challenges. Because most of them just require you to kill boss or like the content that PoE just recently added. So if you have any questions for specific challenges, you can ask me in the comment down below. So I'll be doing a guide for the challenges next league much earlier rather than in the middle of the league. So enjoy your 36 and your reward, and see you on the next one.